Seevic College was one of the first 10 colleges to pilot the supported internship scheme 5 years ago, and since then, numbers of students enrolling onto the course have grown rapidly.
It's really good because it gets you involved with like doing life skills. They get you a job. They got me Ground Central and Cameron House.
It's worthwhile getting to know the student before to see what their capabilities are. We do quite a lot of taster sessions here before they come to us, and all through the summer holidays we've been doing the gardening, getting to know you sessions, which helps us to understand their capabilities and what they like doing and what they don't like doing.
Students spend 1 day in the college and up to 4 days in the workplace each week.
When they're not working, given that opportunity, they can come in here. It's all about their social skills, interacting with others, preparing for adulthood, all the life skills. We get them to make cups of tea, doing some sweeping.
Picking flowers and put water and taking in the leaves, to take leaves in the lappage. Doing increase amounts of stuff.
Be careful. That's it.
If the employer has any worries or any problems, they can phone me and we work with them to sort of solve the problem. We make adjustments for the students, so it could be timekeeping. If the students need a little bit of extra time in the morning to get ready, we sort of work with the employer, agree like sort of different time scales. One big advantage for the employer would be having the support from a job coach. Job coaches support the employers as well as supporting the students in the workplace. We give them advice and guidance. We can offer learning difficulty courses to them as well as the students. They can help with recruitment. If they've got any job vacancies coming up, we can help our students apply for that. And once they're actually employed, we still keep in touch with them and with the employer to make sure they're okay. A lot of them still come back and, for more advice and guidance from us.
I think it's just about, not giving somebody a label and realising that there's personality behind that. Just because someone's got a learning difficulty or disability, it doesn't mean to say they can't do a job, and they can't do a really good job. Because when you're running a busy day centre, you get so caught up in what's going on, and you're sort of like, you need everybody to go and do everything quickly. And obviously sometimes with Sid, she's not able to do that. So sometimes it's just about me recognising Sid's difficulties and then maybe reminding the rest of the staff.
I think the hardest was feeding one person I'd start off with, and then when I got more confident, I've fed more people, so I'm more confident. But yeah, personal care was another one as well. I found that quite scary and hard. I was like, oh my god, so I don't know what I'm doing. But when I've said I've come a long way, so it's easy now.
When the students first start, obviously the job coach supports them in the workplace. So they get, at the beginning they get full support, and obviously the idea is to sort of break away and let them work independently. After about 6 weeks we do a review with the employer, and then we feed that back to the student and the parents on how they're getting on. If we feel that they're doing really well and they don't need quite so much support, then we move them down to amber. If they're not coping quite well and they need a bit more time on the red, more full support, we keep them here. So we try and do 3 reviews throughout the year. So the idea is to work their way to green, and then once they get to green, hoping that it'll be employment or lead on to an apprenticeship or continue volunteering.
Justin Arnold, catering manager at Seevic, works closely with the supported internship scheme.
There's 15-20 people we've had through the kitchen, and everyone's been successful. Several of them have gone off to do other catering outlet jobs as well. What's important is to let that individual develop their own personality within your team, and make sure the team are aware of what their needs are in those first few days. And if you're aware of what their needs are, you can support that, and going forward, we always have their spec sheet when they come to see us. We have a little chat with Judy first. We work very closely with the learning support people as well. And they always give us their details, their trigger points and bits and pieces, so we know we can support them as best we can.
Zach Bannon is a former intern of Seevic College's supported internship scheme. He now works full-time as a chef in the college's kitchen.
He came to me as years as an intern. He liked it so well and got on so well and fitting in with my staff. He did a year's apprenticeship with me, trained as a junior chef for an external company and did an MVQ level 2 basic chef's training course. He completed that very successfully and now he works for me full time.
I used to spend 2 of my days like the days I weren't even in Seevic, during their work days, to go in, lend a hand so I could get the experience I need. The other days where I spent with the internship, I've focused on looking up more what I need to look out for really. A lot of things I might be expected to know for in the kitchen, like from health and safety to how to store things.
We developed him on the basis that we let him make his own decisions as an adult. We're trying to develop his core skills so he can go out there, be confident in the workplace.
Everyone in the college and the kitchen has changed me really. Before I used to be the quiet person in the background, just focused on one thing, getting his work done really, that sort of thing. But now I've learned to be a bit more open about myself. We treat them as there are no issues, they don't have any disabilities, they have abilities and it's their own abilities which make my workforce stronger. Because if someone like Zach, for instance, who's got his Asperger's, the first week, it was over Christmas, we had some Christmas-shaped shortbreads which we needed to dip in chocolate. We showed him one. Every single shortbread was exactly the same depth of chocolate throughout the whole 60-70 he did. In catering, you need that level of finesse and perfection and, if you like, standardisation.
At Seevic College, they believe that the key to the success of the scheme is good communication between the student, employer and college. By listening closely to the individual needs of the student and working from there, a good relationship can be achieved where the students are treated like adults.
Don't let it stop you really. If you've got something you want to try, go for it. They'll be surprised. You can even amaze someone. What you lack in one thing, you can show for what you got for the other. That's pretty much it really.